You know, ladies and gentlemen, I fully understand that this is torture. And I advocate for showing Rachel Maddow's show to the most vile prisoners among us. I think it would drive them maybe into civility. But she goes on. And I want you to see the other side here. I never watch MSNBC. I get these clips or on the internet or something. But it is really a place where the insane go to pretend to be journalists and broadcasters. Endless conspiracy theories. Go ahead.
They are rushing to rip out the drop boxes and give people fewer places to vote.
Nobody's rushing. It's called a lawsuit. The Republican legislature can't speed up a lawsuit. Judge probably wants to make a decision, makes sense, before the election, particularly if he thinks what's taking place is unconstitutional. Rachel Maddow could care less. She just wants Democrats to win. Go ahead.
With less than a month to go. Gotta hurry. People found it very safe, very secure, very convenient to vote that way as recently as the last election.
But it's not constitutional. It's not in the federal constitution. The state legislature gets to decide. That's the way it's supposed to work, not the bureaucracy. Now, if the bureaucracy had made a different decision, you might not like it. There. Can we send that tape to MSNBC? Maybe I can get a 1 in the morning show there. Just kidding. Who would want that? Go.
Coming up quick, that must be stopped. Today in Washington, D.C., conservative Democratic Senator Joe Manchin appeared before reporters.
So he's a conservative Democratic senator. See the propaganda? He votes for Schumer to be the majority leader. He votes for every single, pretty much, judicial nominee that comes by the way. He votes for almost every budget that comes by the way. But he says, you know, this is enough. I can't vote for more spending like this because of inflation. Oh, you must be a white supremacist right-winger. I can't vote to destroy my own state's economy by closing all these coal mountains. Oh, you're definitely a throwback white supremacist. Can we see your teeth? How many teeth do you have? Oh, you must be a conservative. Go ahead.
I'll tell you, he was wearing like kind of a gym suit. It was like a tunic of some kind. I'm only saying that.
Yeah, I wouldn't get so specific about the way people look. Go ahead.
Jarred by his appearance in this next clip. He was at the U.S. Capitol, but he was wearing this like sporty outfit. I don't know. Anyway, he told reporters sort of scornfully while he was answering their questions that he and Senator Kyrsten Sinema working with Republicans to block federal voting rights protections.
Oh, voting rights protections they're blocking. Mr. Producer, I'm quite serious. Would you invite Rachel Maddow onto any of my media platforms to debate this so-called voting bill? Right here, LEVIN TV would be the perfect place. Seriously. Let's see if she'll join me and have a debate. I hear her IQ is just through the roof. There's nobody smarter than her. Nobody's smarter than her except maybe Nicole Wallace. Nobody's smarter than Nicole Wallace except maybe Andrea Mitchell. Nobody's smarter than Andrea Mitchell except, you know, maybe a turtle. Go ahead.
Will in no way result in people not being able to vote in the next election. He said that won't happen in the next election because the government won't allow it. I know you don't know what that could possibly mean.
Hold on a minute. The genius. So was the last election corrupt or not? The Democrats don't leave in place what is in place or was in place in 2020. They want to go much beyond that. That's why they're fighting the way they're fighting. They want to change our voting laws with the great mandate they have of 50-50 in the Senate and 3 or 4 majority in the House. And they want to get it done before their asses are kicked out in less than 2 years. So was the last election legitimate or not? This is the problem the Rachel Maddows, Joe Bidens, and the other unhinged morons have. Well, was it okay the last election? No. We need more drop boxes, and there shouldn't have been voter ID, and there should be this, and there should be that. 20 other ridiculous things that take protections off our voting system. And why should you have voter ID after all? Everybody's honest. We don't commit fraud. It's the fairest election in history. That we know. How do we know? Because I said so. So the question is this. Why do we need all these changes if the last election was so spectacular? Well, because these Republican legislatures are going back pre-2020 election. Oh, you mean to like the times that Barack Obama was elected twice? Yeah, it's so corrupt. Go ahead.
I know you think I'm paraphrasing him in a way that is obscuring what he must have meant.
No, I think you're an idiot. Go ahead.
But honestly, that's what we've got. That's what he said.
Senator Manchin, what would you say to voters of color who say that your inability or your obstruction of the voting rights?
There's no obstruction whatsoever.
All right, stop. What do you say to voters of color? Sounds like a white guy to me. Hey, Senator. Yeah, what do you say to voters of color about your obstructing voting rights? Gee, what an objective, independent reporter that is. Hey, what do you say to them? All these white Marxists. Yeah, what is a voting rights act here, and you're obstructing them? No, actually, you are obstructing school choice. You are obstructing economic opportunities in these communities. You are obstructing the ability of somebody in a poor community to start a business with your union requirements and so forth. You are the people who have undermined police forces and created so much, danger in these communities. But what's your question again? Go ahead.
A lot of people out there who are saying that you're making it so that they're not going to be able to vote in the next election.
How are you not going to be able to vote in the next election? There was a drop box right outside my door. Well, now you have to walk 2 blocks down to the church and vote. I don't want to. You're obstructing my ability to vote. And I don't want to get my signature checked. Just accept whatever I'm doing. I'd rather vote online or just send me a ballot. I'm very, very busy. How are we going to win the next war? I'm just wondering here. It's a great sacrifice to vote, ladies and gentlemen, to get off your ass and go to your precinct. Apparently, it's a horrible thing to open your wallet or your purse and show them an ID, which you show for every damn other thing. Can we see your vaccine passport? What are you talking about? Well, you want to come into a federal building? You want to go on a plane? You want to go into a restaurant? You want to go to a sporting event? We must see that vaccine ID now. Okay. You want to vote? Yes. Do you have a voter ID? What are you, a white supremacist? But I have a vaccine card. Okay, we'll look at that.
Want to see more Mark Levin? Go to LevinTV.com and subscribe now.